I'm live. I feel like I need some like intro music because I feel like I scare everybody like I'm not there and then woo, here I am. How's everybody doing tonight? Seeing lots of familiar names in here. Everybody have a good New Year's? Or everybody have an uneventful New Year's? I know I did. For years, we were in the bar business, so it was a lot of we were the party, bartending, managing, and now it's nice to be home in bed at 8 o'clock this year. I was in bed at 8. Yeah. I did lots of other stuff. I've been off for 2 weeks. We closed the shop down and you saw what I did. Made a couple videos, but I thought I was going to get a lot more done, but it ended up no. We were off the week before Christmas, and that was pretty much, getting ready for Christmas. And then after that, it was trying to pump out a video or two. And there's just never enough time in the day, especially when it gets dark at 4:30. I hate this time of year with a passion. So, how's everybody doing? It's 2022. That's crazy. I'm just like, I still think 20 years ago is 1980. It's not. It's not at all. So y'all are just stuck with me tonight. Ron's not feeling good. So if you want to leave a comment and you're not subscribed, you have to subscribe for 5 minutes before you can comment. That way I can keep the spammers out, because if we don't, they will bombard us with some nasty, foul content. So we don't want to do that. And if you have a question, would you please put it in all caps, and hopefully I see it. I'm on my little computer tonight and I got my specs, but I do miss a lot of stuff because the chat does go so fast. So I'm like happy that it's 2022, thinking, thank goodness that's over. But I thought the same thing in 2021, and it wasn't much better when it come to the world state of affairs. Let's just hope things have to get better eventually. Oh, all the craziness all around the world. I'm just glad I live where I live, America. So let's see who's all up in here. Let's start up here. Kevin, thanks for popping in. Timothy Higdon from Kentucky. Hello. Yak Branson, another Kentuckian. Big South Outdoors, thanks for popping back. Where are we at? Jim Brewer was waiting out your way back in April. It was hot and miserable. It does. It gets so hot and miserable. But at the same time, I would much rather have it 100 degrees here than 28. I know that you Northerners, you're like, 28, what's that? Well, this girl don't do 28. I stay inside and hibernate. Ooh, that rhymed. Hey. John Egan, thanks for coming back. Happy New Year's to you. Jake, Pat, my guy. Yeah, we didn't go and do anything for New Year's. So Pat is the sound guy, obviously, from his name. All the gigs canceled. I'm guessing it's because of, the current state of affairs. And we quit booking gigs, especially with me doing the Chickanic stuff now. I got more stuff to do than that. And it's not the same as it used to be at all. It's just doesn't seem as fun. It's not the same kind of crowds that are out. And so BJ Mason, thank you for coming in. Sherry, yes. Did y'all see that picture? Now I posted that a while back because it was actually a customers that came in and they needed a chain for it. And that is a 72-inch bar. And I cut chains to whatever size you need. And I could have it's 3/8 full. I could have cut a chain, but it actually needs 68 gauge instead of, I keep 50 gauge because that's what goes in most everything. And I keep multiple sizes of chain, but I do not keep I never see 68 gauge. And the gauge is when you're talking about that's the actual width of the driver that fits inside of the bar, right inside the bar. So I had 50, which it would have worked, but it could have slightly tilted. And when you've got a 72-inch bar, you really don't want that jiggle at all because you will cut in circles, and that's not good with that long of a bar. So I ended up not being able to make him a chain, and that chain, whenever I sell a chain, like if it's a 20-inch, I'm the cheapest place to buy chains because I do cut them because I buy 100-foot rolls. Like a 20-inch bar, I charge $3.95 more than whatever size bar it is. So if it's a 20-inch, it's $23.95, an 18-inch is $21.95, and so on. So a 72-inch chain would have been $75.95. It would have been a nice chain to sell, but I couldn't do it. That sort of sucked. But yeah, I asked the dude, I was like, can I take a picture with your saw? Because this thing is awesome. It was heavy, man. I mean, the bar was as heavy as the chainsaw. And I think that was on an 066. So yeah, that thing was awesome. Hello, Patrick. Halifax. Yeah, I bet it's a little chilly over there. Nathan Rector, thank you for coming in. Grass Cutter Palmer, what's up? Let's see who else we got. Ricky Robbins, Jason Summers, Scott Young, Will Small Engines, John, what's up? How you doing? Oh, Ricky Robbins, Chisel 83 from Adelaide. My sister-in-law, she lives down under with you. Shaheen Karimi, thank you for popping in. Eugene, hello from Georgia. Let's see. Yarderos in USA. Hola. ¿Cómo está? Let's see. Wayne Weiss. Hello. Monrovia. I don't know what Monrovia, Madison County is. You'll have to tell me where that is. Cult of the Crustacean King. That is my son, so don't kick him out. Tom Butler, what's up, Tom? Thanks for coming back in. Mowers and Blowers, how you doing? Stephen Dottie, thank you for popping back in. Dell, you my friend. Let's see, David Bohannon. Like I can't read. Okay. Thanks. Oh, let's see. TJ Humphreys doing good. Love the videos. Thank you so much. I have fun making them, and we're going to talk about them in just a second. Tony, am I going to destroy that one? Cervantes. Thank you. Let's see. DC Lawn Maintenance and Snow Removal from Canada. It's funny because Ron and I were huge South Park watchers, and there's that episode, Blame Canada. So every time I think of Canada, that's the first thing that comes to my mind. Oh, but we love Canadians. So let's see. Oop, just jumped a little bit on me. Just a reminder, if you are not subscribed, you do have to subscribe for 5 minutes before you can comment, or because I got to keep the spammers out, and that's the only way I can do it. Also, if you have a question for me, please put it in caps because I can't see it. If you don't, I'm blind. So, I hit 40 and that's when it goes. Ricky Robbins, hello to you. David Safe Sarver, I love your 12 days of Christmas. That was so fun to me. I shared it in your channel with several hundred dealers. Really? That's so crazy. Who do you work for, Dave? That's sort of, I thought it was really cute, and I do want to I'm going to make an alternate ending to that, because although I'm just telling y'all, this GOOLOO, it is awesome. Did you see it start that in my last video, that run over? I swear I didn't even do it, and I should have, because it had nothing. It had, like, you tried to turn it and it was completely dead. But even on my diesel in that video, I mean, this thing is amazing. But so I'm loving it. But Dave, thank you. That's sort of awesome. So, but yeah, I'm going to make an alternate ending. So next year, hopefully, it's rewatched again, because it was a fun one to make, and I had such a good response from it. And it's funny, Ron doesn't. That's me. That I do all that to Ron. I'm like, here, I need these tubes or these tires tubed, and I need these blades. It's just funny, I was totally turning it around, but it ended up being a great one. Old man Fred, what's up, Fred? Thank you so much for all your kind comments. You are so nice. Then let's see, Sam Pipkin, Happy New Year from South Carolina. Thank you for coming in. John Corbett, thank you for loving the videos. Owen Towell, howdy. Jeff Scoos, Jake from Idaho. Anioki, what's up, Thomas? How's your fingers? Thomas was working, Anioki was working on a snowblower, and he said he chopped the tips of his fingers off. Poor, that sucks, dude. Damn. Be careful. I know everybody gets on to me about my hair and stuff, and I know I do in my videos a lot. If you saw me at work, I always got my hair up. But especially when I'm working on backpack blowers, because my fear is putting a backpack blower on and it's sucking a string of my hair into it and you know, taking a chunk out. So believe me, I am very careful. I start chainsaws all day long. I know my hair's hanging down, but it doesn't come close to the chainsaw. So thank you for caring about me, but I'm not going to let my hair get ripped out. Let's see. Chisel 83, two hands working. Hello from Georgia. Stephen Gamzee, Andy Presley, Happy New Year. Greg, you're up. Aren't you tired? It's like what, 4 a.m. in Australia? I have no idea what 15 hours ahead. So, oh no. It's Monday morning. Isn't it? Yeah. It's Monday morning. So you're good. Okay. Marilyn McCormick. Hello. Thank you for popping in. Mike McCabe. Let's see. Donald Petty. Hello. John Rhodes. Hi, no work tomorrow, so able to join in tonight from the UK. Thanks. Yeah, it is late there. I know, because you're like, what, 6 hours ahead? So, yeah, it's the middle of the night there. I'm drinking coffee for all of you that want to know, because it is 28 outside and it just makes me cold all the time. Oh, BJ Mason. I love that Facebook video where your chainsaw cord broke and you cussed. Okay. So if you haven't found me on Facebook yet, please do at Chickanic or facebook.com/Chickanic. I do post some stuff over there too, but I'm able to post little tiny videos and stuff that I'm not able to, you know. Well, I wouldn't put a video on YouTube with me cussing, and this one I did, and it was pretty funny. It was from a couple years ago when I first started making videos, and something happened, and a little, you know, French slipped. So it was funny though. It happens to everybody, so it's something that you can, you know, totally relate with. So go over there and check it out if you haven't. Oh, Mopar Scott. Hello, good evening. Let's see. I don't want to get too far behind. Stephen Gamsby. Thank you. That is so awesome of you. Thank you very much. Mowers by Mitch. Hello. James Lawnmower Man from Indiana. Hello. Oh, Nathan Rector. I'm great. Well, other than the fact, yeah, I'm lying. Well, you know when you say, how you doing? And people are just like, good, or, you know, okay, but you don't want to hear what's really wrong with them. I'm actually slightly depressed. I've been off for 2 weeks now, and I have to go back to work tomorrow, and it's going to be 20 something degrees, and the heater doesn't work at the shop. And so I'm not very happy, if you really want to know. I'd love to just stay home and hibernate. But let's see. John Corbett. My son is working as a small engine mechanic here in Missouri. Found your videos and I'm always showing him your videos. Thank you so much. That's awesome. It's funny because my son, he's 19 and he started working at the shop this last year when he got out of high school. And there's things that I'm like, here, do this. And he's like, well, you got to tell me how to do it. And I'm like, you could just watch my video, you know, support. But no, he's more into other stuff, but maybe I should make it'd be like a learning, you know, that's what I should do. It should be like small engine school. You have to take this course before you get paid this week, son. You know, give me some views. Oh, but I hope he's taking something out of it. Thank you so much. All right. I don't want to get too far behind. I feel like where am I at? 7:05. What? I don't even know what time it is. 7:14. Oh, I am 9 minutes behind on comments. Greta girl, what's up? Thank you for popping in. Happy New Year to you. Oh, and I know everybody's like, oh, did you have a good Christmas? I'm glad it's over. I know I got my girl Greta in here and I got another few females in here, but I know from my stats that 90% of my viewers are male. And I know that probably 95% in my chat room are male. And I know that you probably do not do all the Christmas decorations and make your wife do it like my husband does. And so it's not fun at all. I don't like taking them or putting them up or taking them down. I'm not that kind of person. So I still have to take them down. I still have my Christmas tree up. So let's see. JD Clay, Chickanic. What's your opinion on synthetic oil versus standard? I use canned fuel in my SRM. Excuse me, my coffee's coming up. SRM 3020U. Does Red Armor being a standard oil lubricate as good? If Red Armor is as good, I'll mix my own fuel now. The red, okay, if you're using, the Red Armor has canned fuel if you don't want to mix your own, but if you do want to, Red Armor is, period, in my book, the best oil. Period. Also, that it has a fuel stabilizer in it, but you know, if you're using a 3020U, you probably use that bad boy all the time and run it at full speed. But it's the best to me. Now I'm going to tell you, and I still get comments. It's crazy, that video that I made on the steel synthetic oil. What was that? 6 months ago, it just picked up again and a bunch of people are watching it, so I'm getting a bunch of comments and everybody telling me how wrong I am, and then I'll have, you know, a steel dealer pop in, they're like, you're right, that synthetic oil does do that, it clogs up them exhausts. If it's good, it is good for the piston and cylinder if you're going to run it at full throttle, but a lot of homeowners, they do not do that, and they will clog up their exhaust, and if they don't take care of it, they will. It is possible a chunk of exhaust can pop off, get into the piston and cylinder, and burn it up. It is very possible. So you have to run it at full throttle if you're going to use the full synthetic. So, but how you liking that SRM 3020? It's nice, ain't it? I love that. I mean, it's heavy, and I have a Shindawa 282 that it's pretty heavy. I only use it whenever I want to tear down a forest, but that 3020 is a beast. Is a beast for sure. What's up, Ray McCarty? Thank you for coming in. Scott Johnson, Joe Ortiz. Oh, really like the riding mower save. Thank you. We're going to talk about that here in a minute. That was awesome, actually. I mean, when I started up, that was the first time I started up. I had no idea. I'm like, I'm just going to film because it's either going to start, it's not going to start. I can still turn, you know, edit it out, whatever. And it started. It was awesome. So I was very happy with that. Okay, let's see. Where are we at? I want to keep saying hi to everybody, but I also don't want to miss anybody. David, I'm gonna totally screw that one. Belissel. Hello. Okay. If you have a question, yeah, John, thank you for telling everybody. If you have a question for me, please put it in all caps so I can actually see it, because I can't see that well. And so hopefully I catch it. And also I'm sort of behind on comments. Like if you're commenting now, I'm still reading comments from like 10 minutes ago. So, and then it might jump on me and I might totally miss it. So ask again if you feel like I didn't see it. Kevin Ron's around, but he just doesn't feel good tonight, so he's not with me, and so we're just hanging out. Am I not good enough? Just kidding. Oh, Bob McHugh with Robro. What's up, Bob? Thank you for popping in. Oh, did you see? Hope you liked my Walbro video. All right. Thanks for popping in, Andy Presley, the greasy shop rag. Happy New Year to you. All right, let's get back to that here in a second. So, did everybody start their diets yesterday? I did. No, I'm just kidding. I didn't. I've got to still start, but you can tell from my last video, the winter has been harsh. When you know, I learned how to make bread during COVID, like everybody else. Okay. And that did me in. Now I got to lose it. I'll be right there with y'all. Y'all can watch my progress and see if I actually do it and keep me motivated. Be like, why do you have that extra ring around your belly, Brie? So what has happened this year? Okay. I'm going to reflect on what has happened this past year. First of all, you all have been amazing. We went from 400, just 400 subscribers in May of 2021. I had 400 subscribers. Today I have 44,000 subscribers. That's crazy. That's awesome. I mean, that's you. That's all of you. Y'all did that. And y'all watched the videos, which made more people watch the videos. And I cannot thank you all enough, because that is amazing. I mean, that doesn't happen to everybody. Okay. I mean, the channel sat around for a couple years with nothing going on at all. And then all of a sudden, that was awesome. So I want to give everybody a huge thanks, because I'm going to keep on keeping on, and it's all because of you guys. So thank you. Also, in this year, that makes 3.7 million views on my videos. That's a lot of views to me. I know some videos put one video out and they get 3.7 million views. Well, I think that's amazing. So also, that's out of 50 videos. I made 50 videos since May, whenever I got monetized. So I didn't have anything going on. I was just, chucking along, promoting it on my Facebook, trying to get people to watch. And then all of a sudden in May, it picked up, I guess. And thank you. I cannot thank y'all enough. So what's going on in this new year? In the next few months, we're just waiting on hearing back from the builder. Y'all are going to get to see my brand new 40x40 workshop being built out back. So that's going to be awesome. If y'all have any ideas of extra, like things that I should do to it, that, I don't know. I've never built my own shop before. So we're building, we're pretty confident that it's going to be 40x40. We were thinking 30x40, but I'm not sure yet, but probably going to be 40x40. And then we're just waiting on the builder. So as soon as that gets going, you're going to see our new shop being built. And after we get that built, we're going to start working a little bit on cars. So you're going to see some car videos, because I have a 68 Mercury Cougar, a 74 Corvette, and a 76 Camaro that we're going to be working on. Now the Cougar is going first because that's my car. And I have everything to put inside of it that it needs right now, except the time and the space to do it. So I can't wait for that one, because I'm all about driving that Cougar. And y'all, every time I put it in the background of one of the videos, people comment on it. So that's funny. They're like, it's because I only put like this little tiny section of the back end of the car. And they're like, is that a 68 Cougar? I'm like, how do you know that? How do you know that from this little section of the bumper? So you must know your cars really well. That's awesome. So yeah, I've started the Turning Trash into Treasure series, which I did not even think was going to be a thing. But with it being wintertime right now, we're not slow, actually, because until yesterday, it's been actually decent weather here. It hasn't really gotten that cold. And so we were still seeing a lot of people doing tree work, and I was still getting in at least 3 to 4 2 cycles a day. Ron's still getting in riders. We're getting in generators, stuff like that. We haven't really slowed down to where we can start digging through our stuff. But while I was on vacation, I'm caught up on customer stuff, and I wanted to make some videos. So found that pressure washer and made that video, and that ended up being awesome. I love that pressure washer now. And a lot of people said, oh, thanks for not, warning me about the Simpson pressure washer. No, that ain't the deal there. The deal is, if you don't know how to take care of your pump, you're going to destroy your stuff. But if you do, then it runs amazingly. I mean, I'm very impressed with that Simpson. And if the pump, I have it still sitting here, this pump, if it would have been taken care of, it would still be fine. But I really think, and a lot of people said, don't tell people to keep your trigger compressed with some kind of zip tie or something like that. Those are the same people that tell me that don't tell people that you can't get rid of your exhaust screen and your muffler. No, look, okay. There's some things I say because the EPA says I have to say it. Like, I can't tell you to do some of these things. I let you know about what you can do and you do it yourself. You know, it's not like I'm the exhaust police and telling you, no, no, no. I'm just letting you know how it goes. And then you make your own decisions on what you're going to do with your equipment. If you have a gigantic pressure washer, do not tie down the throttle trigger. Of course. That's not what I was meaning. And it's funny because whenever I make these videos, all the majority of customers I get, they're homeowners. So that's what I have in the brain. Tiny pressure washers that, you know, these Troy-Bilts and these Simpsons and stuff like that. It's not a big deal to keep the trigger compressed. But I get these people come in and comment and they're like, it'll just go crazy on you and starts like a fire hydrant. You know, no, it won't. So you will, though, burn up your pressure washer if you let it idle without it engaged, period. So the more you do it, even in 30, 45-second intervals, it says it can burn it up in a minute. Imagine how hot it's getting in that 30, 45 seconds. So just, you know, make your own discretion on if you can tie down your throttle trigger or not. If it's too powerful for you, don't. If it's not, tie down. So, am I going to do more trash treasure videos? Well, yes. I have so much stuff around the shop. So after I had such a good response off the pressure washer, we did the riding mower, and that turned out so great. I mean, I'm going to be I know by looking at stuff that it's going to have some kind of potential to it. I never thought that was going to clean up that good. It looks, I mean, almost brand new. And so, I mean, of course the engine is not, actually, if get another little decal for the top of the engine and another model sticker, it would almost look brand new. So I might do that. I don't think it's going to matter though. I had lots of, comments back that I could probably get about $700, $600 out of it. Anything that you can sit on and mow your yard and it runs good is worth $500. Ugly, even if it's ugly. So if it's pretty, it's worth more. So, I'm going to go for $700 on that one. And I'm going to let y'all know as soon as I sell it too, and see what we can get out of it, because I think that it definitely has that potential. So, but yeah, the deck cleaned up really good. And yeah, it's not every day that I get the wire wheel out and stuff like that. So everybody's like, yeah, wear a dust shield and cover your mouth. And I'm like, look, there's only a short clip in there because I'm holding my breath as I'm doing it. And then I take a break and I stand over to the side and I breathe for a minute and I come back over and I start, it's like, I know, I know I don't need to be breathing that in, but that's the great thing about editing. All right. So yes, I am going to do more trash treasure videos, and I do have a lot of stuff. I don't know what I'm going to do yet, but I pretty much walk out there and pick something and then make a video out of it. So let's see. All right. I just had somebody, Stephen Gansby, Happy New Year's from Nevada, AYP MTD Murray. Are you asking a question, Stephen, or are you just like throwing those names out there? Are you like, let me know and I will answer you. But thank you so much. That is so kind of you. And somebody asked again, where's Ron? Ron's fine. He's just not feeling good tonight and not up to it. I'm skimming down here because I see some people that had dropped a dime with some super chat. And if you do super chat, it pops up like a little extra green thing, so I'm able to see it better. So I just had to skip through like 50 comments to get to this. So I'm going to go back up here in a second if you did comment, and I'll go back and look. Shannon Bodine, I have a 2017 Poulan Pro PR 5020. Have you seen issues with the carb? Mine is running awful. Clean the carb, new spark plug, looks like new, no scour. Now, is that probably has the Nike carburetor on it? If it does, so that they put, I'm assuming that it has the Briggs on it. I'd have to look it up to know for sure. And I'd need actually probably the model number off your engine, or the make off your engine to know which one it is. But the majority of all those had the Briggs with the Nike carburetor on there, and they are terrible about, uh, surging and starving for fuel and getting too much fuel. If I knew, oh, I don't have it. I was thinking it was a 50-inch cut, 20 horsepower riding lawnmower. Ron's just jumping down here. He's like, you're talking about a chainsaw. No, I didn't. I'm thinking of Poulan Pro riding lawnmower since I had Poulan Pro on the brain. Okay, clean carb, new spark plug, looks like new. Totally screwed the pooch on that one. So if we are talking about a chainsaw, was it PR 5020? 50cc 20-inch bar Poulan Pro chainsaw. I would have swore that was a riding lawnmower. Anyways, so if it's a chainsaw, clean the carb, spark plug, looks like new. Mine is running awful. Then you start at the fuel. If your fuel's good, your fuel's good. Pour it out, make sure there's no water in it, and make sure that it's less than 60 days old. Then you're going to go to your fuel filter is probably fine if it's not got a bunch of gooky on it, which normally fuel filters aren't the issue. Make sure that your fuel line's connected. If it is a Poulan chainsaw, they're notorious for the fuel lines breaking off, and then sucking up trash into the carburetor and clogging the screen. But if you cleaned the carb, I'm sure you checked your fuel line then. When you had the carb off, did you check your cylinder and make sure there was no scoring? Other than that, I don't know. Were your diaphragms okay? It's sort of hard without actually seeing the pieces. And I'm sorry, I thought that was a riding lawnmower because I sure did. 50-inch cut, 20 horsepower. No, Ron says it's a 50cc 20-inch bar. So whichever one you've got, we'll figure it out here. But yeah, I don't know what happened before that. Did it just start? Did it sit for a period of time before you ran it and it started? Like, did it run fine and then it sat for 6 months and then it didn't run fine, or was it something progressively got worse? I need to know a few things before I can tell exactly what it is, because it could be a ton of stuff. That's why whenever people ask about adjusting carburetors, I really don't advise people to adjust carburetors or how to do it yet, because I think that there should be a video. If I do it, I'm going to make a video that shows all the steps you have to take before you actually adjust your carburetor, because there's things that you have to figure out before you do that. So, my son doesn't watch my videos either. Yeah, mine don't. Well, actually, my 12-year-old, he does. He helps out, and he also has made all the Chickanic shirts. So here's a plug for him, because I told him he wanted to get the Imperial Starship Lego thing. And I said, well, if you help make the t-shirts, you can have so much per shirt. And he ended up making enough shirts to make $700. So I sort of had to eat my words on that one. I'm like, wow, you made a lot of shirts. And so if you would like a Chickanic t-shirt, long sleeve shirt, or hoodie, we have them for sale in the shop over at Chickanic.com. And that would, support his Lego habit along with our channel. So thank you very much for asking about that. All right. Let's see. I think that I caught up to that, so I can go back up here. Where we're at. Oh, before I do anything else, I do want to say thanks. I get a lot of cool stuff through my Amazon wish list, and I have to say thank you again to Gracie Peregrine. Thank you so much. You sent me another set of magnetic trays and this awesome flashlight. I cannot thank you enough for that. That is amazing. Y'all rock. I got lots of cool stuff from everybody for Christmas. That was really awesome. And on the Saturn news, if everybody, I don't know if y'all were on it or not and saw, but Mick is stopping his Saturday live stream, which I felt very blessed that I was ever told about it, that I could come on. and then I could meet all of them. And it's been really cool. I think I've been going on there since June. And Mick has done so much for this small engine YouTube community. I mean, exposing everybody to everybody else is just, I mean, it takes up a lot of time and energy, and it was really awesome of him to do that. But at the same time, I mean, he's been doing it for 2 years, and he's passing the torch over to somebody else. I'm still going to be doing my live streams every other Sunday. I did take Christmas weekend off, but we'll go back to doing every other week. So, but we just all give Mick a huge thanks for doing that for us. I mean, it made a lot of you probably found me from Mick's live stream. So I got to give him a huge thanks. If you haven't found his channel yet, it's Micks Mowers. So go find it out. Micks Mowers, the Mower Man. He's awesome. He does a lot of restoration and stuff. And so, all right. And I'm going through here and I see some questions, but I really need y'all to put them in caps because, like I said, I can't see. All right, y'all are talking with somebody about their flywheel key. That's good. Is that the 3000? I get one. John Shue, I have a Poulan Pro riding mower. The drive belt comes off after a few minutes runtime. I have changed belts, pulleys, but the belt keeps slipping off. Any ideas? You've changed the belts and the pulleys, but the belt keeps slipping off. Did you put your belt guards back on? Because I'd say 70% of the time, people, from it popping off a couple times, people won't put their belt guards back on, and then it definitely doesn't stay on with the belt guards. Are you sure that it's the right size belt? And if you are, I mean, there's only a few things it can be. It has to either be your pulleys, but you said you changed them, your belt, but you said you changed it, and hopefully it's the right belt. And then now, I can't imagine. I don't know what kind of riding mower it is, but oh, you said a Poulan. Check your bearings inside of your spindle. You can spin it, release the brake off a little bit, and spin it and see if it's grindy. Over time, if once it gets hot and it's going, it can kick and get stuck. Sometimes that could be it. Other than that, it's sort of hard, but the majority of the time I see people, they don't have their belt guards put back on. So Dave just jumped in to say great new year. Thanks, Dave. All right. I'm going to scooch through here, see if there's any questions. How many we got in the house? We got 199. Thank y'all for hanging out. Hope everybody had a great New Year's. Like I said earlier, I was in bed by 8. For years, we were in the bar business, and we were up till 5 in the morning. Well, I'm sorry, the bar closed at 5 in the morning, so we were up till 7, because then you got to go and have breakfast and go to bed. And so I am so glad to be able to be home and not go out with all the crazies and stay home where it's warm. Let's see. No, it's 11 a.m. on Monday, Greg. Goodness gracious. Let's see. Yes, it's going to be 29 in South Carolina. I mean, it was 28 today. Yeah, it's that time of year. Dill. Thank you, Dill. I sure hope so. I wanted so bad to hit 45 by the end of the year, but it all pizzled out, and I was like, I can't make any more videos. So, but y'all are awesome. Thank you so much. Like I said, 400 to 44,000. That's awesome. What's up, Steve? Thanks for coming in tonight. Hope you got your stuff. Coffee. It is coffee, I swear. It says coffee on it. Look, coffee. Oh no, I couldn't be drinking without, some supervision and talking to, 200 people. No, just kidding. Oh, let's see. I'm looking through here. And yes, check my about page for my email and send me your address. Oh, 28 degrees. Let's see. I'm looking for questions. Heater not working at shop is why Ron isn't here tonight. Actually, no, he's right above me. He's working on guitars and guns. He got in this new scope for his handgun. It's complete toy. I mean, it's not a toy. It's a dangerous weapon, but it's the same looking one from Escape from New York, like the chick that was in Swamp Thing or whatever. She's holding it. Yeah, that's what he's working on right now. So. Oh, right. Okay, no, I think I'm almost caught back up. Maybe. No, we're at 7:16. I don't even know time. Wow, I am 25 minutes behind on comments. I'm sorry. I'm trying to catch up. I'm looking through here, making sure I'm not missing any questions. What small engines are US made or US design? What small engines are US made or US designs? Oh God, that's a Ron question because he's the one that knows everything. I can tell you where the other ones are all made, and there's a, I can't remember what it was. Is it Skag or there's two that these brothers owned. And I can't come up with a name. He'll come down here in a minute and tell me. But yeah, everything's made overseas, it seems like. I mean, which there's still things put together here, but I can hear him coming. There's like everything's made overseas. Still, it gives tons of jobs to Americans because there's manufacturing and of everything else that goes into it and distribution. But
already answered it. Kohler Briggs, some Hondas are made here, some Steels are made
here. Ron's giving me answers, but
yeah, Kohler is made here. Briggs and Stratton is made here. He asked engines. What small engines?
Now you're saying Briggs and Stratton's made here, but
well, the Vanguards are made in Japan, but Briggs and Stratton engines are made in the U.S. Kohler is made here.
Okay.
In like Kohler, Michigan, or Kohler, Wisconsin.
Then why is everything looking Chinese now?
Well, I didn't say all of them are.
Okay. See, that's where Ron and I are differing. He's telling me the ones that are made here, Kohler, Briggs, and stuff like that. But at the same time, I'm on the parts end of it. He's on the knowledge and seeing all these engines. I'm on the parts end of like, I'm seeing these new Briggs engines and some of them look like Hondas. I'm seeing these new Kohler engines and some of them look like Hondas. And so I don't know about everything. Some of them are not made here and some of them are. So that, yeah. Like I said, the Briggs Vanguard are Japanese. Yeah. Japanese, a lot of Japanese stuff, and Japanese stuff's good. So, all right. Let's see. Oldie but goodie. Yeah, we love our Briggs Quantums. They were the best. I got them on a few things out there in my backyard. Oh, Chickanic, what brand of weed eater do you like? I own the Shindawas. I have a smaller Shindawa T242, and then I have a 282. Because, sometimes you got to tear down a forest, and sometimes you got to go around the flower bed. So, but the Shindawa and Echo are owned by the same company now. So the new ones are pretty much the only difference between the Echo and the Shindawa trimmers is the engines are exactly the same. The shafts, the throttle trigger, and the gear heads are different. And I have never had a problem with a Echo gear head or trigger or, shaft. And there was a few times I did have problems with the Shindawa gear heads. So I just went ahead, since the engines are exactly the same, I just carry the Echo line now because it's the same as the Shindawa. So, and it's awesome. So, let's see. We got 197 in here. Once again, if you have a question, you're not a sub, you'll have to subscribe for at least 5 minutes before you can ask a question or leave a comment. And then also put your question in all caps so I can actually see it. So, Shaheen Karimi, what you think of Husqvarna? It depends on which unit you're talking about, really. I mean, it's a price point thing. So some of their bigger saws are awesome, and I mean, the riding mowers they're what they are. They're for the price point. If you have good grass, they're going to be fine. When it comes to some of the trimmers, there's really no issues with them other than the fuel lines rot out on them, on all of them, and it leads to everything else that you got to do. Then it clogs up your carburetor and stuff like that. The new trimmers, they're like a boxier shape one. I can't think of the models right now. I'm not fans of those. I'm not fans of working on those. I do not run them, so I don't know, how good they run. I'm just not a fan of working on it because they made it really hard to get into. And other than that, they make great big saws. I'm not a fan of the smaller stuff. They're sort of Poolani. So all right, let me try to catch up. What because Robert, what would cause my steel backpack blower BR 500 blower to diesel 5 to 10 seconds after I hit the kill switch? Really? It should have no fire. Now, when you're talking to deep dieseling, like chugging a little, like I don't know. I don't know why it's doing anything after you hit the kill switch, because it should just turn off and not have any oomph at all to do anything, especially 5 to 10 seconds. That's sort of crazy. It would be like your kill switch is not I don't know if it got gunky and it's still actually sort of, I mean, are you messing around with it? Are you turning it on and off? Or are you actually turning it off and it still goes? Because it really just doesn't make any sense. I don't know. Braden, small engine repair. Wait, you're building a shop in the back of your house. Yes, I'm still going to have the lawnmower shop, but I need somewhere to work on cars because I have, and then I'll be able to also do small engine stuff here. That's not going to, I don't know if you all remember some of my videos from back in the summer. The katydids were deafening how loud they were while I was shooting my videos. And I didn't realize until most way through the summer how to turn the background katydids down and my voice still stay up in my videos. And so a lot of them, it was like nails scratching on a chalkboard bad. So I'm building the shop, but we've been waiting years to build this shop because we have 3 vehicles and we want to do other ones that we want to restore. So, and a lot of other stuff. Since y'all like restoration videos so much, we'll do it too. And also everybody, likes the videos. I do a lot more when I'm up at the shop. It's really hard for me to work up at the shop because there's only 4 or 5 of us there now with my son. And from 8 until 5 o'clock, I'm slammed like nonstop with customers. There is no chance to video at all. And so I'd have to do it after work. And I really just don't want to hang out there because also it's hot and I have a pool in the backyard. So I much rather bring home whatever I want and fix it here and then hop in the pool. So that's why. And then, so when I slow down, I'm able to do some more videos up there, but that's why it is what it is. So yeah, we are building a shop, so I will be able to do a lot more stuff here. Also, all the stuff that people have been buying through my Amazon wish list, that's all. You'll be able to see that really well in the new shop because I'm putting all that in there because I'm not taking it up to my shop because everything gets dirty and nasty and gross. So yes. Let's see. LED lighting and heat and air. Yeah. I actually have somebody getting a hold of me right now, and they were wanting me to do a video on lighting, and I've been putting them off for 2 months now because I don't think y'all would care about a video about lighting that has nothing to do with anything else or me just promoting lighting, period. But when I build the shop, and I have a reason to put lighting in and y'all are wanting to see this shop being built, then yes, I'm going to holler at that person about this lighting situation. So let's see. I used to have a 76 Camaro. Yep, I got one right here next to me. Been taking up space in my garage for 10 years. That's why I'm building a shop. So let's see. Add footing for a T-post lift when the floors go in. We are actually getting a lift. So yes, we are for sure doing that. Save a corner for a recording studio. It's like we only have so many corners, right? And we're going to have the Chickanic stuff in one corner, then we're going to have all of our music stuff in the other corner. And then I'm like, wait, because Ron's got it, everything you possibly need in a gym, that's going to be in some other corner. And I'm like, we got to have doors somewhere, So we'll see. And then it's going to be a party. Oh, lots of good things. Please, 220 in, more plugs, 110. Yeah, lots of plugs. Ron actually was an electrician for many years. So he traveled all over the United States doing electrical stuff. So he knows all about that. So thank goodness he's going to do our electrical. So that's going to be great. And how was your new year, Ryan? It was in bed by 8, I think. Yeah, 8. I hope everybody else had a good new year, though, and was safe. Because it's scary now. I'm like, the older I get, I feel like, man, I really made it through some crazy stuff when I was younger that I was very lucky. We got 208 in the house. Thank you all for hanging out with us. Ooh, what do you think of the 572 XP Husqvarna chainsaw? It's awesome. I do. I mean, everybody's like, oh, all you do is promote Echo. No, I do not, because I will tell you exactly when something else is better. And I do like the Echo homeowner saws better than the other ones for, other than the Husqvarna and the steel, because I feel other than you get a better warranty, they start so much easier. I mean, a steel, it's 5 pulls, period. Husqvarna, the smaller ones are Pulani, so the bigger saws though, they're nice. And they're like, they're a beast to get through stuff. Bigger steel saws, they're a beast. I am getting in one of the larger Echoes, I think a 720p, when we get back. So yeah, I'm getting in my huge spring order this week. So I'll have lots of new stuff to put away and show y'all some of it. But I don't think Echo really has, hit it like they have on these bigger saws. So, but the smaller saws, Echo's got it. And on the trimmers, Echo's got it. But No, that 572 is awesome. All right. Let's see. Ron's up there. He's probably chiming in on all this car talk because he's all about the big blocks and all the car stuff. So yeah, hopefully he's responding to you guys about the car questions. John, did they have cars then? Oh, that's funny. Brett, what's up? Hope you're doing all right. Oh, John, shoo, I really like the video on the pressure washing. It changed my mind on what I was going to do with my pressure washer. Yes, and seriously, if you've got, one with a good engine on it still, call around to the shops. Or you can actually do it yourself. There is a part number on your pressure washer pump. Google it, and you can probably find it for $70 to $120 on those smaller pumps like that are on the Troy-Bilts and stuff. Now this Simpson's $229, like $220. But and that's my price. Like I'd have to get it offline because I'm not a Simpson dealer. But it's worth it if you can do it yourself. I mean, and if you know the engine's running good, just buy a pump. Don't take it to, nobody works on pumps. So it's just too much of a hassle, and you're never going to get it fixed right. So you can do it. It's 3 bolts. I have faith in you. Oh, the videos on that were great. Thank you very much. Let's see. Oh, Randy Mick, thank you so much. Love you too. That is very sweet. Tim Turner, howdy. How you doing today? John Glam. It was actually a covered wagon I took to high school every day. I don't know horses out back. Y'all are crazy. Where can I get parts for my old Toro Sport Lawn 18? Will, if you want to send me the model and the serial number, because I need both off of a Toro to look it up and tell me what you need, I will help you out with that. I'll go on a search and see what you might get. All right. Scott Johnson, I picked up a Honda mower on the curb and fixed it up. It's a great mower, yes. And it's crazy the stuff people throw away. I mean, we get so much. I have a John Deere riding lawnmower, and I don't know if I ever put it in one of my videos or not. Actually, I don't think I did because it's got a broken hood. We had a customer give us a John Deere riding mower that they didn't want to mess with it anymore. They had been coming in the shop. They bought a drive belt. They have, put it on. It kept popping off. They, over and over again till finally he was just so fed up. He went and bought a new riding lawnmower and dropped it off. And it wasn't a new one. It was a 100 series, but it wasn't old, but it wasn't brand new, but dropped it off. And because he was tired of messing with it, the engine was loose. That's all that was wrong with it. So the engine was plopping around while he was riding, and that's why it was coming off the engine pulley. Runs great. Drives fine. So there could be little things on all this old equipment that, it just takes time and effort. All right. Brett, I am extremely biased as far as pressure washers go. They, 1, have to be powered by the GX Honda engines, and 2, have to use CAT or AR pumps. Brett, did you see the engine, that Kohler engine that was on the Simpson? Have you seen the new Briggs engines? They are Hondas. They look like Kohlers, or they say Kohler and they say Briggs, but every part on it looks like a Honda, period. Looks like the GX Hondas. So I don't know what they're doing anymore. Sort of crazy. Yeah, go check that out. That engine that on that Simpson says Kohler on the front of it, but it looks like a Honda. So All right. Let's see. Oh, I'm still 30 minutes behind on comments. I'm sorry. I'm trying to catch up here. Let's see. Oh, Lord, Sherry. MTD and Murray are mowers built. Never heard of the others ones. I have a mower that was sold by Montgomery Wards and still runs, as far as I know, must be 50 years old. At least 35 to 40. Yeah. That's old. Yeah. All right. Let's see. I'm gonna go down here, and I'm gonna anything in caps. I'm gonna stop on because I'm sort of like been not doing just caps, and obviously I'm 30 minutes behind on comments. So if you're commenting now, I'm like looking at the comments from 30 minutes ago because I'm so far behind. Let's see. Is 600 hours a lot for a Kohler riding mower? Kohler engine. So the engine part of it. Nah, it's like, no, it's been used, but not to death, I don't think. Let's see. What do you think of Stable, Sylvan? I am not a big Stable fan, only because my boat guy said never put it in my boat. No one ever told me anything about anything else. I just made sure to never use it in my boat. So, and I don't know why he told me that. And I don't know if it's because of the type of engine I have, or I don't know. You know, all I know is he's pretty smart and he said don't use it in my boat. So I don't use it in nothing else. And I do use fuel stabilizer. I use ethanol shield. They don't pay me to promote them or anything. I just know that it works from my personal equipment and that we put it in everything that we work on, because I have so many customers that don't pick their stuff up for so long that I don't want to fix it again. So I don't know. I don't, but Terrell, I think, does a bunch of videos on all that kind of stuff, and like actually lets time pass by and see if they work or not. But and I think he even said ethanol shield don't work. I'm not sure, but you might watch some of his stuff and see what he finds out about it. All right. What brand is your endoscope? Cheap. I got it right here. Hold on. All right. So this one was $30 whenever I bought it. It says model F99, but actually it doesn't. It'd show me on my app, but I don't have my tablet here to see. But the endoscope, and I've put it in a bunch of my videos in the description box. All you do is get on Amazon and put in HD endoscope. If you don't have one, get one, just because it's a really fun little toy. I do have it because not only do I like to play with it, but you can take pictures that like a lot of times I got to put stuff back together after I've diagnosed it for a customer, and I'm only charging them, $15.50 to go sort of far into their unit, but they don't like it when I give them a box of parts back. So I have to put their mufflers and stuff back on, and I will take pictures on the inside of their cylinder and piston, or the inside of their carburetor, to let them see how, deteriorated or totally screwed up it is. And not with the endoscope. Use the endoscope for the cylinder and piston, but so it's really cool though. I like it. Shannon. Okay, yeah, it ran fine for 2018, 2019 total crap, pre-mixed fuel, new fuel filter, it spits fuel at you, the carb and tank are spotless, ordered a new carb. Okay, so are we talking, is it a Niki carburetor? when you took the carburetor apart, did it have a plastic white piece inside of it? Did it have 2 bolts holding it on the outside? Because if it's a Nike carburetor, they're really, really bad about the O-rings deteriorating. And I think I got something else. Okay. Are we still talking about the chainsaw? Gotta remind me. Okay, so the chainsaw. Pre-mixed fuel. Get rid of the pre-mixed fuel. Is it True Fuel? I've had tons of issues with the True Fuel premix. So spits fuel at you. The carbon tanker spotless, ordering a new carb. If you get a carb, get an OEM. Do not get an aftermarket. Also, I'm assuming we're still talking about the chainsaw here. We're talking about the chainsaw. I don't know. I got all confused there. I'm gonna have to start taking notes. So, but yeah, definitely did you look inside of the cylinder and make sure that it wasn't burned up? No scoring up and down. So let's see. I have though, and a lot of people think I'm crazy for saying that about True Fuel, and I don't know. I don't use True Fuel myself. All I can tell you is I am very confident that there are multiple bad batches that go through Lowe's every year because I have tons of equipment that all I do, like I tell you, I get 2,000 pieces of equipment in. There's a ton of them that all I have to do is take out their True Fuel and put in my gas and they run. And I don't know what it is because the customer, I tell them what it is and they're like, it ran on that for a year. And I'm like, well, I don't know what to tell you, but it doesn't run on it now. So I just tell everybody stay away from it. And the True Fuel people might get mad at me, but do something about your shelf life. I don't know. So, all right. Yeah, talk to Bob. Bob knows what brand of carburetor is on your unit. Bob's a Walbro guy, so Bob's a good guy to know when you have carburetor problems. All right, I'm going through here. John, if you only knew what he had to put up with. Oh. Let's see. Glenn Sprizak, as an Echo dealer, can you explain why the 7310 has a spur sprocket while rim sprockets are supposed to be the improvement? I actually did not know. Like I said, I haven't had any of the big saws in. I haven't had anybody even want to buy one. I don't really even push the big Echo saws because of, if you're going to drop a dime on a chainsaw, I know that the Husqvarna big ones are good, and I know that the Steel big ones are good. I have no idea. I didn't know that. I'm going to have to look into that because it should have a rim sprocket. I mean, if it's a 7310 and it should be a P professional saw, all the professional saws had rim sprockets on it. So that's very odd. Very odd. Just like the CS 600 or 620P had the same amount of cc's of power as the CS 590 chainsaw, and I wouldn't get the 600 or the 620 because the only difference between saws, they had the same engine. The only difference between the two chainsaws was the handle that went around the saw was metal instead of plastic, like on the 590 Timberwolf, and it had a rim sprocket instead of a spur sprocket. And I'm just thinking, for the almost $180, just didn't seem like it was justified to me. So I didn't sell them. I'd stick with the 590, and I tell a customer, you can do this if you want, but nobody cares. And nobody ever thinks they're going to break their handle either. So, or how often does somebody go through a sprocket, a homeowner? Never, I mean, the commercial people do, but even that, so, it's still going to last you a while. So, but it is, I mean, if a spur sprocket is worth it because you can get one for like $8 compared to a $45 spur sprocket. So it is worth it in the long run. All right. Yes, looks brand new. Great compression. So it looks brand new, like on the inside. Yeah. That's so weird. Then it's got to be carburation or your canned fuel. If it's true fuel, I'm telling you, dump it and try your own mix. Try your own mix before you get rid of that carburetor. $259 in the house. Well, thank you all so much. Y'all rock. Thank you for hanging out with me. Gary, thank you so much for hanging out. Yeah, it's late in the UK, I bet. I'm still kicking here. I'm hating. I'm like so not wanting to go to work tomorrow after being off for 2 weeks. Oh, it's been a while. Just let you know, don't forget, if you want to get a Chickanic t-shirt, I have sold a ton of them. Thank you all so much. And my 12-year-old, the Crustacean King here in the comment section, he's the one that makes all of the shirts. And so he has made a ton of them. And I either have them that say just Chickanic or Chickanic Work Like a Girl. And huge thanks to White Nightcap for buying so many of them. Thank you, darling. I have them at Chickanic.com at the shop. You can get t-shirts, long sleeves, or hoodies. Just want to throw that in there before y'all run off. So, Courtney, love my Chickanic shirt. He did a great job. Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah, one of my peeps sent a picture that he bought one for one of his friends, and she was showing it off with her Lowe's apron, not apron. What's it? Whatever that cover thing is. It's like an apron. It's not an apron. It's just a vest, a Lowe's vest. And I was like, I almost cried. I'm like, that is awesome. She had her Chickanic shirt on. I'm like, that just makes my day. That is too cool. All right. Happy New Year to you, Brett. Thank you. Yes, everything's good here. I was telling everybody though, I'm depressed. I'm so depressed. I'm like, I've been off for 2 weeks, doing what I want to do, waking up when I want to wake up, going to bed when I want to go to bed. Now I got to go to work tomorrow, and that sucks. I don't know. After 2 weeks, I sort of got a oomph. I'm like, I'm sort of ready to get some stuff done, especially since y'all are all into these treasure videos. I want to go out searching and be like, what can I make next? Because I am pretty excited about that riding lawnmower. I think we're going to get a pretty penny. I think we're going to put it for $7 and see what we can get out of it. So, oh, thank you for reminding everybody, Sean Diller. Yeah, if you hit the like button, more people will see this video. So that would be awesome. Thank you very much. And thumbs up. Thank you. If everybody would hit the thumbs up. I'm in the other app where I'm doing the video from, so I can't see any of the likes or anything like that. So hopefully y'all are liking the video. I got fly at it all around me. Let's see. Where are we at here? I am still 35 minutes behind on videos. Okay. Oh, Robert, thank you so much. That's so nice of you. Thank you very much. And Shannon, thank you again. Oh, Ohio. Wish you or I lived closer. Thank you. Hopefully Ron's, hooking you up with some info What is your opinion on Ryobi? I don't work on them anymore. I mean, they're actually easy to work on some of the trimmers. The backpack blowers totally really got me irritated because you can't check compression on some of the newer ones because where the spark plug is, it's covered by a shroud, and the shroud is part of the rewind. So you can't actually check the compression because if you have the shroud off to get to the spark plug hole, you can't use the rewind. So it is irritating that they would do something like that. And so and just they're just not made well, some of the Ryobi stuff. So I don't advise buying it. So, and people get roped into those combi units where they have all these attachments for them, and then they want me to fix them, and then I feel bad. So every once in a while I will, but I'd stay away from them. So, 204 watching and 154 thumbs up. Thank you. Thank you all so much. All right. And everybody's still helping Shannon out. Yeah, replacing the metering diaphragm. If it sat for a long time, it might. I mean, I don't know. It's so hard without seeing it. If your diaphragms are a little crunchy. All right. Sounds like we got some people up in here helping everybody out. That's awesome. Let's see. Looking for more questions because I'm like 35 minutes behind on questions. So I'm so sorry. I'm trying to go as fast as I can. What was the logic? Oh, that was the same question. Brett, did Echo at one time produce small two-stroke equipment for John Deere? We had some Deere branded stuff at a rental shop I worked at, and the stuff resembled Echo, but were yellow instead of gray. Yes, they did. And they were awesome. And I still have a customer bringing, every year he brings in his John Deere trimmer that was made by Echo, probably 30 something plus, I don't know, years ago. And every year I'm just like, oh no, there's no way this thing's going to run again. And every year it does. And he uses Red Armor, and it is just, it's very light. God, they were so light, and they didn't have to worry about emissions, and they were just awesome. If you can find a John Deere trimmer like that, hold on to it, take care of it, because fix it too if it gets broke, because those were very, very good trimmers. They were just like the gray stuff. Oh, White Knight's in here. I didn't even see you. You're not towards the end. I'm trying to catch up. I'm 30 minutes behind, but I was just talking about you. I don't know if you heard that or not. So let's see. I'm looking for a large type Stanley Keith. Can you see my question? Well, you didn't put it in caps like you did that, Stanley. I just bought so now I can see it. I just bought a Home Light leaf blower gas from Home Depot, and I'm sorry. And my electric Ryobi leaf blower has more force than the gas powered one. Take it back. Take it back. I don't know how much they are. I'm assuming they've got to be at least $100 to $129. You can get an Echo for $149. And if you do get the Echo for $149, secret, the next size up in the Echo handheld blower is $200. And if you take the tube that's squished down from the $200 one, which I sell separately for $10.99, and put it on the $149 one, boost your power up. So I'm just saying, that's the way I sell them. So customers get the most bang for their buck. But yeah, take your Home Light back. I don't even work on home lights anymore. There's some things that, I would maybe to turn around and sell, but I just don't want to do it for customers because they're not worth it. I can't justify charging somebody 3/4 the price of a machine to fix it. So smuck the like button. Is that like nasty talk there, Pat? I mean, thank you so much. Oh, Cody JRT Shindawa. Shin means new and Dawa means a peaceful feeling. So it means a new peaceful feeling. Now, I don't know if you are totally BSing me or not, but I like it. Okay. Sounds good to me. I'm going to go with it. Sure. All right. Oz Mowers, what's up? Thanks for popping in. Hey, Pinball, good to see you. Let's see. My ported and polished MS650 steel with a 42-inch bar is an awesome briar clearing machine. It should clear more than briars. Should be clearing like a forest. It sounds fierce. Like bicycles? No. We had motorcycles and we stopped riding them after I got in a wreck many moons ago. Probably, I don't know. It was a long time ago. And we had 1100 V-Star Yamaha that we rode. And when I was in a wreck and I had a Ford F-150 hit me while I was sitting still, and I watched it come at me, and she said she never saw me, and she was going 55 miles an hour and just slammed right into me. From that point on, I couldn't sit. I rode on the back with Ron. I cringed and I couldn't ride right, and it was making it really hard for him. And then it just freaked me out. And so I realized, we live in a retirement community. There's a lot of older people driving here that don't really watch for motorcyclists. So I'm not, we had kids and I was just like, yeah, we're done. So no, we don't ride bikes anymore. We got 231, it says, in the house. Thank y'all for hanging out. Don't forget to hit that like button. Ripple effect. Do you think the 572 Husqvarna is better than the 7310? I will find out because I'm getting a 7310 in this week. So I don't know yet, but I will find out. I can, mess around with the 572 XP because I have a customer that has one that brings it in, but I haven't compared them. So let's see. Small engine guards. All right. I'm going to try to catch up here. I'm scrolling, rolling. And Henry popped in. Hello, Henry. Thanks for stopping by. Let's see. Peg. Now that is an image. Do you have any tips on getting a Tecumseh transmission? And I totally burnt up the belt and idler pulley or idler by the time it landed in my hands. Dude, I don't know what you're working on, but no. First, maybe somebody has one sitting around. I don't know, but I can imagine how expensive it is now since they've been out of business for so long. I have a distributor that actually did buy up all the Tecumseh parts whenever whenever they went out of business. But if it's that old, that is a huge gamble. And I don't even know if I'd put that into that at all. If you could find one, that's really old. All right. Let's see. I'm going through. Okay, I'm trying to catch up. Going through comments. Bill Casper, what are your thoughts on the trend of everything going electric? I don't like it. There's no possible way that electric's going to keep up with the Amazon of Arkansas or wherever else. There's no way that California is going to be able to subsidize all of these landscapers and help them with these, this little chunk of money. They said, oh, we're going to, help them get this electric equipment. You can't go from saying, a $7,000-8,000 zero turn is fine for them that's gas powered to thinking that they're going to be able to use a 20-something $1,000 electric one it's not going to happen. Okay. There's just no way. They're not going to have enough money to actually support all of these landscapers that are going to need this supposedly upgraded equipment. And it is not greener. Okay. If you look at, it just, don't even get me started. I don't like it. No, I don't like it either. It's never, ever going to work, period. They have to stay with gas powered right now. I'm not saying I'm not against it. And if you have if it's in your means to use electric, do it, because it is easier. You're not going to have to pay me to fix your stuff every year. It actually, a lot of the stuff works better whenever it comes to, it's more powerful. It's, cleaner. If you have that capability around your small little area to do that, do it. But there's lots of people that it's never going to work. I have an acre. All I have is an acre and a half. But there's no way I could do the whole thing with electric. There's no way. So that's my rant. All right. Let's see. What time is it? 8:30. Let's stay on here just a little longer. I don't want to keep y'all up too late. And I'm dreading tomorrow. So I've got to mentally, get there for tomorrow. What's up? Kabba Wabba Nut? How you doing? Any problems with Echo Red fuel, like the Red Armor oil or the canned fuel? No, I haven't had any problems with it. True fuel, just True fuel. Let's see. Okay, I'm just gonna scoot all the way down to the bottom and go up. How about that? Because I feel like I am way late. All right. D. Wagner, used my snowblower today with ethanol-free gas that sat in the tank for 1 year. Yes, definitely use ethanol-free. I still would recommend using some kind of fuel stabilizer that has water-eating element to it, because 70% of all of the equipment that we get in throughout the year out of the 2,000 pieces that we see has water in it. So, and doesn't matter if it's ethanol free, if it's got water in it, it's still going to cause an issue. So yeah, did you see my shirt? Good vibes. Is that how you saw that? Pinball? Did you know it said good vibes? I've been hidden down here all night. Did you know my shirt says that? Woo! Oh, that's funny. I skipped by you. Bye. Sorry, Darren. There's just so many. I'm sorry. If I missed anybody, I'm going back up. I'm going back up. I don't want to miss y'all. Oh. Those flies come to sugar. It has been zooming around my head all evening. Oh. Is there a premix fuel you can recommend? Yeah, I mean the Red Armor mix is good, and the steel stuff. It's expensive, but it's good. I mean, it's good stuff. Other than that, I don't know. I mean, I would assume the Husqvarna has some that's good, but I don't know what it is. And True Fuel is what everybody gets, and it's works part of the time. So I'm not sure. So let's see. My dad has one of those Ryobi combi system trimmers and it runs like crap. So I bought a Stihl FS91R and I haven't had a single problem with it. And you won't. Those Stihl FS91s are good. The main problem I see with those is the commercial people, and it would be yours too if you actually probably ran it that much. They go through clutches like crazy. So they're notorious for their clutch going out. But other than that, they're all right. It might need a valve job every once in a while, or adjust. Greg, yes, your John Deere was made by Echo. For sure. Yes, I have a John Deere chainsaw 60V made by Echo. Great chainsaw. Yeah, that was good stuff. I mean, if you have the John Deere yellow 2-cycle equipment from back in the day, there was Echo stuff that was exactly the same that was gray, and it was all good stuff. All right. You know what? I get this question a lot about winterizing full of fuel plus stabilizer or drain everything for storage. Canadian winters. Now I don't know about other areas. What I do know is the 2-cycle stuff. And I do know that I have had saws come in to the shop that sat for years and that they were filled to the brim in the cylinder. They had it in the, I mean, everywhere it was completely full of oil. And all I had to do was take the oil out and they ran. It was like crazy to me because everything was they were plumb full to the maxes. Every once in a while, a lot of them had that, a better fuel line than some of the newer stuff because it would just deteriorate, like on the McCulloughs and stuff like that. You can't do it. But the old stuff, if it had a good fuel line on it, it was full of oil. All you had to do was get rid of the oil, put some gas in it, and it would go. It was crazy. I think that that's a better way to store stuff myself, to keep it completely full with stabilizer. A lot of people don't agree with that. They think you should drain it all. I think that no homeowner is ever going to drain it all out, period. Even if you keep letting it run, there's always going to be a little bit of remnants in there. It's going to go bad. So that's what I think. So Scott Tilbert, I agree with you. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, that's what I think. If you keep everything oiled up, your diaphragms and your carburetor will stay good. I think that if you try to drain it all out, that it's going to, everything's going to get hard and crusty, and it doesn't matter. All right. Well, we got 214 in the house. Hope everybody's giving it a like. Pins. I work for my local municipality as a mechanic, and we use Steel, Echo, and Honda for our small engine equipment. Yeah, that's the way to go. I mean, I'm sure then you agree about the steel clutches because a lot of my city guys, they're using those 91s. But that's the best equipment. Even our fire department, they have Hondas on everything. We work on all the fire department stuff. Arnold, right? I always enjoy watching your videos. Always very educational. Thank you. I'm trying. I'm learning. I really have no idea what I'm doing. I'm I'm doing this all with my phone. So that's the first thing I'm doing this year is buying a new camera and learning how to use it so y'all can get the best, view of everything. And I'm, realizing a lot of things through every video, what I need to do and what I need to say and what I need to explain better because y'all catch me on everything I do wrong. But you didn't do this. You're right. I'll do it right next time. When I first started making these videos, I put a spark plug in with my ratchet. Didn't even think about it. I put 10 plus spark plugs in every day. I don't think about it, but if I'm trying to teach other people how to do it, no, you don't need to put it in with your ratchet, because you could strip it out very easily. I have not done that again. Thank you for catching me on that one. So I will learn. That's just one of the many things that, I've realized. Do it right. So let's see. I think I've sort of caught all the big capped questions. So if you have any questions, leave it in caps. That way I can see it. I'm scooting on down here. Ernie, first time I listened to chat and like it. Feel like saying something crazy, but thrilled to listen to your information. You can get crazy. We all crazy here. All right. How about old Echo twin cylinder chainsaws? That must be older than me. I don't know. I don't know if I know what that is. What do you mean? You put oil in the fuel tank? Yes, you do. You fill everything up with oil. You 2-cycle oil. You will put it, keep bar oil in your bar oil tank, but you put 2-cycle oil inside your gas tank and prime it into your carburetor. I mean, if you've got a primer bulb, and it'll keep everything fresh. Really, and then all you got to do, and it's a hassle, but you dump it out, put some gas in it, you let it sit, and you just start priming away until you can get it to suck through. And even I don't know, y'all aren't going to take it apart, but it keeps everything in good shape. And maybe you just change fuel filter out, or take the fuel filter off and suck it all through. And then that would probably be the best thing to do. And then just keep putting gas in it, flushing it through, gas in it, flushing it through. And yeah, I'm telling you, it'll store forever that way. So, and in the cylinder, I'm sorry, take your spark plug out, fill the cylinder up, with some oil. Yeah, it's going to be a mess whenever you take it out. But if you're planning on storing it for years, now this is not storing it for 6 months or a year. I'm talking about if you're storing it for years, that's the way to do it. So There's no off season in Central Texas. I still have to mow in the winter, not as often, but still. Yeah, it was actually the weather was really off and on decent until yesterday here in Arkansas. Fuel stabilizer, snake oil, and it might be. I just know from my experience, I stick with the ethanol shield, but who knows? How much time in the mower resurrection? Though trash to treasure video that is what we're talking about. If we are, I think that if we added it all up, it was probably, like I say, if we were actually doing that straight through, because it was over 2 days of being very nonchalant about it. And a trip up to the shop so I could use the blade sharpener up there for the blades. And it could probably all be done in 4 hours. I'm going to say probably of a hard 4 hours, like straight 4 hours. If I was in the shop, 4 hours. Yeah. Because it's not hard to take an engine off. That takes seconds, you know? Like, and then I think the worst was doing the deck, which it didn't even really take long, actually. I don't know. It might have been way less than 4 hours if you actually, you know, put your oomph into it, for sure. I don't know. Totally worth it to me. For sure. What's up? Getting there, Pat? Keep running equipment in off season, no problem. That's exactly it. I mean, that's the truth. If you want your stuff to run, you just have to actually run it. Do not let it ever sit. Period. So, I mean, at least once every 2 months, preferably every month. So, yeah, Pat and pinball. Yep, batteries will never ever beat gas-fired equipment. In my honest as well, not gonna happen. I do not believe it. All right, let me. Good return for your time. It sure was. I think I'm totally gonna be able to get. I'm gonna list it for 7, and I think I'm gonna get close to that. If I don't get that, I'm gonna get really close to that. And yes, plus it made a great video. A lot of people like that, and a lot of people have said they want to see that. So, what do y'all think? Y'all think we should, you know, at least do this during the winter time? Keep this going, because I'm gonna run out eventually, maybe. But I still got a lot of stuff that we can throw together. Oh, Jack. What do you think of the MTD Chinese engine on my Troy-Bilt 42-inch rider? I think I'm so sorry that you have that. That is like the worst. It's like, I'm so disappointed that they've started making their own engines, that they're just bad. Not happy with them at all. All right, so I'm looking. All right. Anything made by MTD is trash. Yeah, stay away from those chainsaws too. The new Remingtons and the Sears Craftsman chainsaws, they're both made by MTD, and you can't buy individual parts for those chainsaws. If something breaks in the rewind, if you like need a rewind spring or a pawl for your rewind pulley, or a rewind pulley, or if you on the other side, if you need the chain adjuster, you can't buy just parts. You have to buy the whole rewind assembly. You have to buy the whole side clutch side cover. you can't fix those saws. You can't fix any of that stuff. So that sort of sucks. Just like some of the carburetors on the bigger stuff, like that walk behind trimmer video I did, you can't buy just a needle for it. You have to buy a whole carburetor. It's sort of like they don't want you to fix anything. It's just a throwaway world. Kabawaba. Yes, definitely keep doing trash to treasure videos. Great stuff and very entertaining and informative. Thank you. I think I will. I think I got such a good response from that. I definitely am going to keep doing that since y'all like it. Let's see. Tom, your MTD snowblower from 20 years ago is made better than 50 units put together today. The MTD, like some of the MTD riders from 1990s, early 90s, were built like tanks. They were indestructible. The spindles were so well designed that you never had to change them. And when you did, I mean, it was I'm just telling you, like, they were so well built. That is why your snowblower has lasted this long and is going to probably last you a lot longer than that. But you go buy an MTD, I don't know about snowblowers, but if you go buy an MTD snowblower today, it is nowhere near what you've got right now. Promise you that. Yeah, for sure. That's with any of the MTD stuff. I mean, everything used to be decent. No, I'm not knocking it. It's a price point thing. I mean, if that's what you got to afford, that's what you get, no matter what, and it's fine. You just have to take care of it. And if you got a rider, don't mow rocks. Now the engines, I'm really not happy with the engines. There's some things you just can't fix, like electrical stuff that goes out for no reason on those things. But it is what it is. Yeah, I'm totally just calling him Cabo. I went Cabo Wabo last time, but I'm going to go with Cabo. You're right, John. Oh. Oh, the MTD snowblowers have not changed in 20 years. The biggest problem with them is crap metal that rusts fast. Really, I don't know nothing about snowblowers. I just know that in the other products that I do see of MTDs, the older stuff was so much it was just really well built compared to, and back then you thought it wasn't, but watching the decline of mechanics is seriously sad. Sad. What is this? What is this conversation I'm not even a part of? If she was in Mexico, she would say, fine, just a margarita away. I'm dying to go back to Mexico. I want to go. So we usually go every year. And with all this crap going on, we haven't been able to go in a couple of years. And it's seriously being detrimental to me and my skin. I need that vitamin D charge. Oh, let's see. Thanks. I hurt my fingers trying to type all that. Yeah, he explained to me that, he figured that all out, before he realized that it was going to make a really long email address. We did the same thing with our shop. I don't know why I didn't abbreviate it whenever I made my email address, because the name of our shop is really long. And so Lakeside Small Engine, and I put it all in underscores. So it's Lakeside underscore small underscore. And so it's a hassle to type all that out. So, let's see. Oh, sorry if I missed anybody. Okay. Why do trees stand back up when I start my David Bradley chainsaw? It is a gear drive. I don't know what you're talking about, Pat. Why do trees stand back up? I might be just being dense here. Is this a joke? I'm not getting it. Oh, help me out here. Throw me a bone. We got 220 in the house. Thank you all so much. Don't forget to hit that like button. If you haven't subscribed yet, you will have to subscribe before you can comment. And for 5 minutes, you have to be a subscriber for 5 minutes before you can comment. If you have a question, please put it in all caps. That way I can actually see it because I'm blind. And don't forget, I have t-shirts on Chickanic.com with long sleeve shirts and hoodies. So go check that out. Oh, my Lord. This fly, I know. I'm too sweet. It's going to be like that, that when they do the president pictures, like, they had Obama and, Trump and Hillary, and they all got flies on their forehead. Y'all going to snapshot that of me with a big old fly on my head? Oh, let's see. And Charles Kurtz, great videos. Keep it up. My grandson is 8 and he appreciates your videos too. I've been teaching him how to maintain and repair small engines. That is awesome. That is so awesome. I like to hear that kids get involved in this kind of stuff because everybody's stuck indoors behind a screen anymore. Dude, just fly. All right. Looking for a Walbro WA229 body. Checked online everywhere. Any recommendations? What is that on, Terry? And what is the model number? Because sometimes if you, instead of looking up WA229, you can find it actually under the part number of the machine much easier and sometimes cheaper than actually the Walbro number. So, hook me up with that. And if you don't do it tonight while we're on the live stream, you can send me either a Facebook message or a comment on one of the videos. I'll be able to see it, or an email, and we'll get you figured out because WA229 sounds really familiar. So I'm sure we can figure you out. And also there's Bob in here from Walbro, like the man. So he might comment back. I don't know if he's still hanging around or not. Let's see. Oh my God. You did? Awesome. Thanks for hanging out with us. Craftsman blower. Yeah. I'm going to say that I can totally find it cheaper and easier with your partner. Now there is a, on a Craftsman blower, you're going to have a long model number on there that probably maybe starts with 358 or something like that. And it'll be like 3 numbers, a dot, and then like 6 more numbers. Hook me up with that and I'll be able to get your carburetor for you. Just purchased my first new chainsaw in 40 years. Still MS661, a real beast and no electronic BS. Wow, that is a beast for sure. I mean, what did you have before that was comparable from 40 years ago to a 661, I bet? Oh, that's a nice saw. Let's see. Terry, cool. Yeah, hook it up. I've had good luck with steel equipment, even the homeowner stuff. Yeah, it will still excellent equipment. You just have to take care of it like you have to take care of everything else, and make sure that you run it. If you're going to use the steel oil, run it at full throttle. If you're going to use any oil, I mean, you have to run it at full throttle, but steel's worse about it getting your exhaust clogging up. So it's good stuff, though. I have steel equipment. Everybody's like, oh, yeah, you're dogging on steel. No, I love my steel backpack blower. You're going to have to, pull it out of my cold dead hands. My BR400. It's like, 20 something, 25 years old. The FS85s were some of the best trimmers ever made. They're just, they're dying all out now. Like, that's sad. Let's see. 229 in the house. I feel like, y'all are getting tired of me, but y'all are hanging around. I don't know. Let's looking for some questions. No flies in Iowa. One Fahrenheit degree. Woo! No. I don't do that. I don't like it whenever the wind hurts my face, or just not even wind. It don't even have to be blowing. If the air hurts my face, I ain't cool. Oh, Michael Kaiser, all caps. How long to run equipment in the off season? I mean, ideally, a couple minutes. Just get it good and warmed up. Make sure your diaphragms are getting loosened up, or if it's a 4-cycle, that your carburetor's just churning out that gas that's in there and getting some fresh stuff in there. So a couple minutes. Lord of the Flies. God, I haven't thought of that in forever. Oh, you go, girl. BR400 is what I have, and an FS85. Dang straight. That was the equipment. I mean, for sure. Bring me more coffee. You are awesome. Because I'm thirsty. Thank you so much. Minute Man, you got a BR420? Yeah. They were good. Those box-shaped ones. And then when they went to those turtle shell ones and sold a gauge, a feeler gauge, so the customer could adjust their own valves, that was sort of crazy. You're like, what? That was bizarre. I told you, John, I'm only drinking coffee. I'm like cold all the time now. I don't do this winter stuff. And it's Death Wish coffee. It's like the strongest coffee there is. All right. Every time I see your post, I think it's Chickanic like picnic. It's funny. I have a barbershop across the street that I've known these guys forever and ever and ever. And I had a customer come into the shop a couple weeks ago, and he's like, yeah, so the barbers told me that you got your own YouTube channel called Chickanic. I'm like, Chickanic? No, it's like mechanic, but I'm a chick. Chickanic. Yeah. I don't know how. I guess I could have spelt it different, but I got it. I don't know. Craig Donnelly, I'll go with my SRM 3000 for longest lasting trimmer. May outlive me. That might happen for sure. But those FS85s are going on 20 to 25 years now. For sure. 25, 20 plus years. At least 20 plus years old. They were awesome. Very light, very powerful. But yeah, you're not the only one that is not sure how to say, say it. Yeah, that's the truth. For sure. But it can't be that cold where you are now, is it? I don't think it is yet. I think you got still a minute. Let's see. Do folks bring older classic equipment to you? It's gotten to a point. Yes, actually they do. And there's a lot. I will go slightly into, I do all the 2 cycles. So I'll go slightly into them to make sure that they're worth fixing. And a lot of times, it just really, it's sort of hard on the older, 2-cycle stuff. Now, Ron has pretty much shunned off all of the older riding mowers right now because we just don't have time or want to put in the effort towards the cascading effect of working on a 20-plus-year-old riding mower, because you fix one thing and something else breaks, and then you fix that thing and another thing breaks. So it's not worth it to the customer or to us, because they're going to end up not picking up. I mean, I have multiple units sitting out back that we're going to end up selling this spring, of customers that came in with very old units last year that were like, it's going to be this much because it needs this cascaded. Oh, we did that and something else broke. But then the customer has a $600 bill, which they were like, yeah, it's going to be okay. Did they ever pick it up? No, they didn't. So here I am stuck with all this labor and time, effort, and parts into this unit that I've been sitting on all year now. So we just are really going to be real stringent about not taking that stuff in this year. So, but I hate to turn away 2-cycles because, like, some of them, they're like, oh, it was my dad's saw. And I'm like, yeah, I know. I want to fix it for you too. And so, and a lot of times they actually surprisingly will run. So with a carburetor kit and a fuel line and a fuel filter. So I go at it. I try it. Because that's nothing like, a rider that's hundreds of dollars of effort. Thank you so much for hanging out. You have a good night, babe. Cold is relevant to what you use. Cold is negative 60. Ooh, I don't even know how you do negative 60. Oh, there's Bob. Bob, did you hear the guy that said needed a... Well, I'm not going to bother Bob with that, because I really think that, Bob might be able to find you a WT or whatever it was, 229, but I think we can find it through the actual part number too, which is still a Walbro carburetor, but it's just, if you've Google searched it and can't find it, then yeah, we probably need to go through the part number of the manufacturer. All right. I have a Poulan Pro gas blower that never wants to start. New plug and new gas, but no luck. Ready to trash it. The Poulan, probably 50% of the Poulans that I get in, first check the regular stuff. Check your fuel. Make sure that it's good. Fuel filter, fuel line, that your fuel line didn't fall off, because that's what they're notorious for. They'll rot their fuel line. They'll suck up trash into the carburetor, and then you have to go into the carburetor. If all that is fine, though, they're notorious for losing compression. Those pistons and cylinders on those Poulan blowers were not made with very good metal. And the majority of the ones that I see come into the shop do not have the compression to run correctly. So they're really hard to start. They either run or they don't, pretty much. So that's something I would check. If you can pull it and it pulls really easy, yeah, junk it. So thoughts on a PB8010 blower? Like to move to a smaller backpack blower. So do you have the PB8010 now? Because that thing's gigantic. I don't know if you're like wanting to go to that, but it's They stopped making the 8010 really quick and went to the 9010 after they revamped it and did all of the things that needed to be done to it, because right after they put the 8010 out, it had a bunch of recalls. It had strap recalls and some other things that we're not going to go into, but it really needed some help. And so I don't know if you have an 8010 and you're wanting to go to something smaller, the 770 is where it's at. I mean, if you need something smaller, it's like the perfect blower, period. It's so strong and so awesome. And it was the best blower before, I'm not really happy with the big steel blower that came out. But the 9010, it's awesome. I don't know if you're looking for something smaller. That's not smaller. That's the same exact size. So, all right. No, we do not go into transmissions and transaxles. Not our forte. Too much to go into, and just not worth it for us. We could, we got so much other work that it ain't our thing. All right. So Bob says the WA229 was obsolete in 2008. Search eBay for new old stock or someone selling it. All right. So now we know that. We know that it is obsolete. So the only thing, give me the model number. I will see if one of my distributors might still have it under the actual part number instead of the Walbro number, and we can go at it that way. Built in, what happens to the suction plate on the carb that causes it to fail? I have a FS90 that the dealer said it needs I'm guessing carb instead of the plate. So it's not priming. Is that what you're saying? Like the black plate that goes in between your primer bulb and the carburetor is what failed? Is what I'm assuming you're talking about. There's a little check valve inside there, but if you let it set for a period of time, and I see it a lot in units that have set, those black plates do go out, and they won't suck anything through. I go as far as into I kit things, but I don't actually go any farther than that into like the check valves and stuff of the carburetor, just because in that, I don't know, then I just replace with OEM. So, but it's worth it if the rest of your machine's still in good use. Go ahead and get another carburetor for it. They're about $59. $59, yeah. All right. Shannon, Chickanic. Oh crap, I did run True Fuel to begin with. I'm telling you, dude, that was probably your whole problem, was the True Fuel. It's not good stuff. And I will say it all day long. And I know people stand behind it, but it's not good. So dump it. I don't know what you got in there now. Hopefully that's all it was, and everything's still in sort of working order, so you can just put some fresh fuel in it and go. But now all you know, there's 200 people watching. You 200 people know that if you're using True Fuel that's been working for months, and all of a sudden it doesn't want to run good or run at all, change your True Fuel out to regular gas, because some units, for absolutely no reason at all, or I don't know if it's the batch that you get or if it's the same can you've been using, that everybody says the same thing. Oh, I've been using it for months. I don't care. Change your gas. For some reason, units all of a sudden will not work on True Fuel. So There's your free lesson of the day. Yeah, don't buy a used 8010. Don't do that. No. All right. Let me catch up here because I think, well, I'm not too far behind. Do I work on snowmobiles? No, we have no snow here. It snows like every few years. Decent. I mean, it snowed this morning, but it was like, I'm talking about like actually accumulating snow. It's only every couple of years or a few years. It's nothing. I mean, we have no reason for snowmobiles or, snow throwers here. It ain't our thing. We're in zone 7B. I mean, all right. Shannon, why wouldn't someone pay to fix better built equipment? I convince people now to do it actually, and people listen. I mean, a lot of the times, we're very, very brutally honest to customers about their stuff. I mean, we don't want you to spend money that you don't need to. I'm constantly having people come in that want to buy $100 starter or even a solenoid or a safety switch. From the first question that comes out of my mind or, comes out of my mouth whenever somebody comes in for something electrical is, tell me what it's doing, what's going on, because I don't want people to have to, pay for things that they don't need. And so it's the same way when we're working on it. We're going to tell you if it's worth fixing and, and if it's not worth fixing. So people do put money into stuff that's worth it a lot. All right. Is still Moto Mix fuel any good? Yeah, it's good. And also it will supposedly, I think it was Steve made a video on it. It will decarbonize. Was it Steve or Mower Medic? One of the two made a video showing how it will decarbonize your engine after it runs so long. So that's sort of good. Yes, True Fuel is sold everywhere. For sure. No, Pat, my Ron's cousin Ron has not needed it serviced just yet because it has still been really, nice outside and nobody's going to bring their stuff in until they need it. So I don't know. I haven't got to see the snowblower yet. I don't even know what one looks like. I'm so, ready to see a snowblower for the first time, but yeah, not yet. No. So let's see. We still got 200 in the house. Might stay on here a few more minutes. So Gary says, when I run across two-stroke equipment at yard sales, I try to pick it up by the pull starter. If I pull up on the rope and it stays on the ground, I let the rope back in and get back in the car. That's the truth. Yeah. If you can pick it up and it doesn't move, pick it up by the pull rope and it doesn't move, it definitely is not worth it at all. So let's see. Tube throttle versus hip mounted on blowers. Now I don't run them like I'm not a landscaper. I fix them, so it doesn't really bother me either way. It's really a personal preference to you. I feel like it would be easier, like to just have it all in one handle instead of two handles. I don't understand, but I don't know the pros and cons to it. Like, why would you need it over here? Why not just have, maybe it's because this is moving all the time. And then if it is moving all the time, it puts more stress on, your tube's moving all the time. So it's putting more stress on your throttle cable and your, kill wires. Maybe that, yeah, to be honest, now that I think about it, the ones that are on your hip that are just, right there and they never get moved around all the time, they never mess up. I never have to fix those. But the ones on the actual tube, I have to change out throttle cables all the time. That's the difference for sure. It's a convenience thing, I guess, because you can work it all in one hand. But at the same time, I don't rarely ever, unless it's like a 30-year-old backpack, have to change the throttle cable out on one of those hip mounted ones. And I constantly have to change out throttle cables on the tubed ones. That's the difference. That's what I'm going with. So Steve did it on Red Armor. Then it was Mower Medic, I guess, that did it on. Somebody did the Steel Moto Mix, and I thought it was Steve, but one of them did it on the motor. It was probably Medic then, if Steve did it on the Red Armor, because I know I watched a part of one that showed that it helped. All right. Let's see. Okay, so I saw White Knight. I believe she took 2 years of small engine school and 73 Super Glide. Where did you get all of your training from or self-learned? I took 2 years of school at a local college, and in it, you learn some, but you don't really get the knowledge until you've actually gone in the business. When I got out of school, I went to work at a local repair shop here, and I worked there for 2 years on the counter where I sold the parts. And that's where I learned a lot about what was the most common issues. And when you work on the counter, you get the questions because you're not stopping the mechanic to ask them a question, even though everybody comes in and they want to speak to the mechanic. Still today, people walk into my shop and ask me to speak to if they could speak to the mechanic. And I'm like, yes, what would you like to know? So for 2 years, I learned a lot because the questions are really repetitive. It's the same issues over and over again. So they sort of get pounded into your brain on what goes wrong with these units. And then I stopped doing that. Ron and I got together and we did a plethora of late night jobs for a long time. Then we opened up a cafe and decided that, we wanted to have the shop too. That the shop that I had worked at for a couple of years had shut down when the economy went to boot and needed to be reopened because it had a clientele base dying for it to be open. So I reopened it in 2011, and we've been there since then, just chugging it out. And it's really just been on the job, experience. And then we do the schooling through our distributors, Briggs and Kohler and Echo. Then everything else, it's pretty much trial and error and YouTube videos. No, so yeah, just, it's a lot of repetitive, seeing the same thing over and over again. So let's see. Was that Bruce? We always have the right snow. I meant working on them. Yeah, I have never even seen a snowblower. I'm going to. My cousin's got one. I just haven't seen it. Oh my gosh. I have 10 feet of snow on the ground around here on Lake Tahoe. Oh, wow. Yeah. I don't know what I'd do. I'd get lost. All right. Let's see. Well, there's 208 in the house, but I've been on here for 2 hours and 20 minutes, and I know y'all are tired of me. It was Jeremy. Yeah, that's what I thought. It was Jeremy. Mower Medic. He did the video on the motor mix, and it cleaned it up. I was pretty sure it was one of them. Let's see. Any more questions before I head out here? So Shannon's asking Ron, do people really leave you with stuff you fixed and they haven't paid for? Or do you put liens on them? I can't imagine doing that to a good repair shop. All the time, people leave stuff with us after we fixed it. So I've got it. I don't know. I don't want to say nothing because they might be watching. But yes, we have lots of equipment that people leave. I should do a video on that, just showing you what is sitting around the shop and their bills of how much they owe for it. But I'm going to head out here, y'all. I'm so glad that y'all hung out with me. Thank you so much. I hope everybody had a happy new year. And this year, I wish you nothing but the best. And I cannot wait to see what this year brings. I am ready, bound, and determined to make it awesome. I'm going to bring you lots more of the trash to treasure videos since, hopefully we're going to be clearing up the yard in the next 8 weeks before we get slammed again. And I just want to thank you all so much that y'all are awesome. So hope everybody has a great night. And I will be doing another live stream in 2 weeks. So I'll be doing this every 2 weeks. So I know Micks, we're really sad that we don't have Micks every Saturday because that was our go-to place, man. But if y'all would like to join us, we'll be hanging out every other Sunday at 7 o'clock. Thank y'all. Have a good night.